Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here with all of you. So I'm very curious. I would love to ask you a question. Who is using Happn here? Very few, but let me tell you, in Amsterdam, you are 250,000 people using Happn. So I'm very glad that some of you are here. And in all the country, you are 800,000 using Happn. So let me tell you a little bit about this application, this enterprise. 4 years ago, we launched a product, in fact, in February 2014. And at that time, if I had to summarize what the people told me about dating sector, I would use 3 words. Too time-consuming, too deceptive, and too virtual. Too time-consuming because you had to fill in forms to declare who you are, what you love, and so and so. And at Happn, we do not believe algorithm. I have a question to ask you. Do you like the green salad? Yes, you. Yeah, do you like it? Yeah, that's okay, me too. It's not a reason for us to fall in love. So we do not believe at matching algorithm. So too virtual because we never know who are the profile that we see on the screen, on the web. Are they lying on their weight, on their age, and very deceptive because at the end of the day when we meet the person, it's most part of the time a wrong experience. So we decided to bring back the real world into the dating sector. At Happn, as I told you, we do not believe algorithm, matching algorithm, but we believe in the magic of love and in the little coincidences of life. The people that you see on your timeline are the people that are right now around you. In fact, they are part of your life. If you believe in fate, for sure, it is fate that made you cross paths for a reason. And Happn is just a tool to help you to connect to reconnect you in real life with the person that you have crossed paths with. It gives you a new power over time and space by giving you a second chance at every missed connection. Okay, so, and then I will talk about AI. This is the subject of this conference. But when you open your app, you see on your timeline all the people that are right now around you, you just cross paths with, and you can try to talk with them. To bring back in fact, the question is, why should we go online to meet new people when all the people we cross paths with are opportunities to meet? And we wanted to solve that issue. So to do so, we have a unique combination, which is hyperlocation and real time. We wanted to reconcile 2 worlds, the digital world and the real world, because in fact there is only one world, the real one. As a 100% mobile app, there is a new paradigm that you all know, which is anywhere, anytime. When you open an app, any app, you want to get the answer to your question right now in a few clicks. For that, we need to be simple, immediate, and relevant, of course, and if it's possible to add some gamification. Let me launch just a small video for you to see it.
Coincidence. Chances don't come by chance. Coincidences aren't always a coincidence. Things happen for a reason, and nothing is random. Paths cross because they were meant to. Eyes meet because they were supposed to. Hearts skip beats because they were intended to. A careless laugh that echoes in your heart. A secret smile framed in a subway window. In elevators, bars, buses, park benches, in real time, in real life. And for that briefest of moments, the universe hugs you, life gives you a wink, and Lady Luck smiles at you. So when it does, what will you do? Will you walk away yet again with a sigh? Will you wonder yet again at what it could have been? Will you turn your head yet again to search for the moment that's gone forever? Not this time, because this time you will be ready. Seize it, capture it, make it yours. Make chance happen.
Okay, so that's happened. Okay, today, after 4 years, Happn has 50 million users worldwide. We are operating in 40 countries, in 50 big cities. Our main market today is the Indian one. We are the dating app #1 in India. We are the #2 in Brazil, in Argentina, and we are always in the top 3 in all European countries. And even in Turkey, we are very strong. Just in 2017, we have grown our user base for 60%, and in a country like India, we grow in 1 year about 1,000%. Today, we have 10 million users just in a few cities in India, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and so and so. We have over 100 people working in the office in Paris. We have no offices in the world. Everything is controlled by the headquarters at Paris. We are a multicultural company. Even at the office, we do not speak French because some of our workers do not speak French, and they all speak much better English than me. It's just to ensure you. But the French accent is so charming. This is the way for me to be more, okay. And we have around 35 to 40% women on the app, depending the countries. And the day that you use the most the app is on Sunday. And just a question, in all those countries, who are the women who are the most active? From what country? You will be surprised. Huh? No, it's from Turkey. Yeah, and the less active are the French, the Spanish, and the Italian one. And in the Nordics and in England, you are quite active. And the #2 are the South American in Brazil and Argentina, just to give you some figures. So here in Holland, as you can see, the first place to crush, so don't run after the presentation to go there, but the first place is in the south of Amsterdam, Zoiets, okay, and that's a little bit normal because you have a big university and this is a business center. So this is where the people, they use the most the app and crush. And okay, okay, so now let's talk about AI and about what we do with AI with the human relationships. First, let me define what is AI, because most part of the time we talk about AI, and if you ask the people what is it, they do not answer anything. AI is only the combination of a huge amount of data and tremendous capacities of calculation. That's the AI. It's a very simple definition, but it makes the things very clear. So we can say that due to the huge number of data that we have, the world in which we live today is really an invisible world. There are so many data that we are not able, our own brain is not able to process all those data, and at the end of the day, we are quite lost. Exactly, if you go into a library and you have so many books and they are all white books, you will not be able to choose any book. The aim of the AI will be to highlight some books in accordance with your taste, with your behaviors, with what you like to read. But then, at the end of the day, the AI will never choose what books you will read. It will be up to you to do it, to choose and to read the book. So, in fact, there is, with this huge number of data, you have too many choices, and it's a kind of tyranny of choice, okay? And most part of the time, too much choices means no choice. The aim of the AI is to solve that issue. And also, it makes you disconnected. In such world where we are so connected, in fact, you are all disconnected from the real life. Let me just tell you, remind you something. It is very usual today to have a few thousands of friends on Facebook. And I remember a cartoon into a newspaper. It was the funeral of someone. 2 people were present, but he had 5,000 friends on Facebook. So the most important is the fact that for us, the highest value is to reconnect you with the real life. The digital has brought you a wide range of opportunities, and there is no more time constraint or space constraint. Today, it's very usual to be connected with people at the end of the world, and it's like a very wide catalog of a lot of things. And in fact, that's an issue. It's that huge number of connections that we can have in our world. So, concerning the people interactions, and this is what is Happn about. It's, as I told you, it is now very easy to have a lot of connections. But how many real connections do we have? That's the real question. And the human is a social being that needs real-life interactions. And that is what we want at Happn. AI will definitely change our world. And no question regarding this is good or bad. It will happen. And in fact, we must see this change as opportunities to gain some time for something else. Now we could wonder how all these trends in digitization and automation will, when it comes to human interaction, how we will use the technology to help increase the value of human interactions. At Happn, we are convinced that technology has a strong role to play to enhance human relation, which means that, for example, okay, first we must make the connection that you will get through Happn relevant. And we have a lot of data that we can use for that. Just you used to go on the same library, you used to go on the same theater. You know, with the data that we have at Happn, we know a lot of things without you to declare them. Just as an example, I could define very easily if a user of Happn is a movie lover. Just I will notice that he's stopping, because we have the hyperlocation of the people, several times in the month at the same place, and I know that place is a movie theater. I can deduct easily that the person is a movie lover. So we will use all this information that we have to help to present you the relevant profile for you. For example, we can also, you know, it is quite difficult to start a conversation when you have a crush with someone. So we could imagine that we have a conversational coach that will help you to break the ice with the other ones. And this, thanks to all the data that we know that you used to, or you have read the same books, or you go in the same place, so you like the same artist, so I will probably help you to start a conversation with the other people by talking about that. In fact, what is the most important is that we want to bring you back in the real life. The issue for us is not you to crush and to just exchange by message. So when you will be in the messagery, I will trigger some will from both of you to do the same things, because we have data for that, and we will suggest you to go to do sport together, because I know that you love sport and things like that. all the data that we have are data that are coming from just from the AI and from the analysis of the data that we have. As I told you in the beginning, we do not have declarative forms, okay? It's just data that we get and that we analyze. I will talk later about those data, their privacy and their safety, because this is also something which is very important. And as we want to reconcile the two worlds, the real one and the digital one, we also need to get a lot of data coming from your real life. That's not very difficult to have. You know that today we could imagine sensors, and they exist already, that could keep track the movement of your eyes and how your face is moving, and we can deduct the emotion that you have at that moment. So this is something that it's not really stupid to imagine that we will get as information later on. So there is to collect all those data, to analyze those data, to make them relevant for you, to trigger a good meeting between people, it's a real challenge. But we believe that the technology will allow us to do that in the coming years. And we believe that the hyperlocation and the real time are really the cornerstone of this reconciliation of offline and online. So if we imagine what will be tomorrow, do we really want to live in a world where we are fully tracked? Do we really want to live in a world where the machine will decide what we have to do? What we believe at Happn is, even if human interactions are fully predictable, we don't want that world. We want a world which is not always tracked and under control. Because at Happn, we believe that emotions, that love are something that are magic and that are, and as always, it always comes when we do not expect it. And I will explain you how we reintroduce that into our AI algorithm. Probably some of you have seen or recognized the scene which is here, coming from the TV series Black Mirror. If not, I encourage you to go and to see it. Episode 4, season 4. It's quite interesting. There is a machine that decides everything for you. So the machine will tell you, okay, in 2 hours you have a meeting with someone. You will meet her at that place, and you will stay for 2 years, 24 hours, and 10 seconds with that person. Okay? So is that the world that we want? Not really, but that's funny to see how the people feel about AI. There are a lot of things to say about AI, but something is very interesting. If tomorrow I have to choose a plane that is controlled by AI or by a pilot, I will definitely choose a plane which is controlled by AI. Okay? I can tell you, because it's much more safe. Now, if there is a crash in a plane that is controlled by a man or by a machine, definitely by a man, you will find all the excuses to say this is the best pilot, he has done a mistake, but we can understand it. When we are talking about AI, we do not forgive that. Okay? And I think that the most important that we will have to educate our brain to become much more indulgent with the AI algorithm and processes. That's something which is important to say. So at Happn, in fact, as I told you, we use AI, but we want always keep a part of random to preserve the serendipity. And what does it mean? It means, for example, you know, AI is the study of the past data that we have, of the past behaviors that we know about the people, and we have processes that try to create the same in the future. So the conclusion of that is that it will very often downsize the future space, because it's only the repetition of what we noticed in the past. In order to fight against that, we reward the algorithm to be imprecise. We reward the algorithm to explore new solutions, and we reward also the diversity of the solutions. So really, what we do is we don't want the machine deciding for you, and the machine never decides, just the machine tries to offer you a better choice for you at the end of the day to choose the one that you will spend your life or your night. Let's talk quite fast about the privacy and the data. So tomorrow is a big day because tomorrow is the launch of the RGPD, okay? And this is something that we are very happy about because at Happn, we believe that the data that we have belong to you. And we will never use your data other than to use them to make the service better or to provide you with the right experience. So transparency in the manner we collect your data, we use your data, is something which is very important for us, and we are in the process right now to integrate some distributed architecture kind of blockchain to make sure that your data will be also very difficult to be hacked by the people. And I think my time is finished, and thank you very much. And if you are single, use Happn.